नमस्कार दोस्तों। आ गए हैं हम अपने चैप्टर 7 के ऊपर जो कि है इन्वेस्टर ग्रीवियंस एंड आर्बिट्रेशन। एनआईएसएम सीरीज 7 का ये सेकंड लास्ट चैप्टर है और इसमें हम देखेंगे कि जो भी क्लाइंट्स की क्वेरीज होती है या कंप्लेंट्स होती है उसको रेट्रेसल कैसे किया जाता है इन ब्रोकिंग फर्म। उसके लिए क्या क्या पोर्टल्स होते हैं, कैसे वो पूरा हैंडल किया जाता है और चलिए देखते हैं। इसके लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या है? व्हाट इन्वेस्टर ग्रीवियंस मीन्स, हाउ कंप्लेंट्स आर हैंडल एट द ब्रोकर लेवल, एक्सचेंज लेवल एंड सेबी लेवल, what scores and scores 2.0 are, what smart ODR is, and how online dispute resolution works, what the investor protection fund is, how arbitration works in securities market. सो सेबी की जो वेबसाइट्स है उस पे कैसे वर्क होता है, सेबी ब्रोकर और एक्सचेंज लेवल पे कैसे वर्क होता है कंप्लेंट्स का क्लाइंट्स की, आर्बिट्रेशन कैसे वर्क होता है। चलिए इंट्रोडक्शन देते। इन्वेस्टर्स आर द बैकबोन ऑफ द सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट बिकॉज इन्वेस्टर ट्रस्ट द मार्केट विद देयर मनी। इन्वेस्टर प्रोटेक्शन इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट important responsibilities of brokers, stock exchanges, and regulators. Even with a stronger system, the disputes and complaints can still happen. A complaint may arise against a broker, a listed company, or another market participant. For these reasons, securities market has a structured mechanism for grievance redressal, online complaint handling and dispute resolution. देखिए, जैसे हमने पूरा ये देखा सिस्टम कैसे वर्क करता है, सातों चैप्टर में हमने देखा, बट स्टिल क्लाइंट्स की कंप्लेंट्स आती है, उसका रिट्रेसल भी होता है, तो वो पूरा मैकेनिज्म कैसे वर्क होता है ये देखते हैं। Why this chapter matters? This chapter is important because it explains how an investor can get help if something goes wrong. It also shows how the market tries to resolve problem quickly, fairly and transparently. So, investor grievance means a complaint or a dissatisfaction raised by investor against market participant. The complaint may relate to non-receipt of funds, non-receipt of securities, wrong charges, delayed statements, service issued or other trading related problems. In securities market, grievances are usually handled in layers. First at the trading member or broker level, then at the stock exchange or depository level, then at a SEBI level if not needed. These layered systems help ensure that complaints are handled at lowest possible level first before escalation. Common reasons of complaint: delay in payout of funds or security, wrong or excess charges, non-receipt of contract note or account statement, unauthorized trades, delayed in account closure or transfer, service related issues, disputes with listed companies or intermediaries, ग्रेवियंस हैंडलेड एट ब्रोकर लेवल। देखिए, कोई भी कंप्लेन आती है ना उसको मिनिमम टू मिनिमम लेवल पे कैसे ख़त्म करें, ये सिस्टम पूरा इसी लेवल पे डिज़ाइन है, क्योंकि अगर हर कंप्लेन को सॉल्व करने में लग गए एनएससी या सेबी तो फिर दिक्कत आ जाएगी। तो इसलिए जो लोएस्ट लेवल पे कंप्लेन हैंडल हो सके उसका पॉसिबल ट्राई किया जाता है। ब्रोकर लेवल पे कैसे हैंडल की जाती है देखते हैं। एवरी रजिस्टर्ड ब्रोकर शुड हैव अ डेजिग्नेटेड ग्रीवियंस redressal mechanism. The broker must provide a grievance email ID, related contact details for complaints. This information should be displayed clearly on broker's website and office materials so that investors know where to complain. The broker is expected to resolve complaints promptly as per workbook. Grievance redressal is currently expected within 21 calendar days from receipt of complaint. Investor charter. SEBI has introduced an investor charter for stockbrokers. The investor charter explains services provided to investors, rights of investors, time limits for important activities, do's and don'ts for investors, grievance redressal process. This helps investors understand what they can expect from a broker and what they should do if problem arise. Just for an example, If a client does not receive a contract note or sees an incorrect entry in account statement, the first step is to raise the issue with the broker's grievance cell or compliance officer. If the broker resolves it, the issue ends there. If not, investor can escalate it further. So देखिए, जो भी क्लाइंट का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नोट है या उसमें कुछ अलग चीज़ें हो गई, तो वो डायरेक्ट कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर को बता सकता है, जो भी ब्रोकिंग फर्म का हो। उसके लिए उसको एनएससी या सेबी के पास जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं। अगर वहाँ पे रिज़ॉल्यूशन नहीं आता, देन वो आगे सोच सकता है। ग्रीवियंस एट एक्सचेंज एंड सेबी लेवल। If the investor is not satisfied with the broker's response, the complaint can be taken to the stock exchange, depository, or SEBI. SEBI uses a centralized complaint system called SCORES. SCORES. SCORES stand for SEBI Complaint Redressal System. It is a web-based system that allows investors to lodge complaints against listed companies and registered intermediaries. So, key features of scores are centralized complaint database, online submission of complaints, automatic movement of complaint to the concerned entity, action taken report tracking, real time status tracking for investors. The newer version Scores 2.0 strengthens the process with the fastest route monitoring and escalation. Key points about the Scores 2.0. Scores 2.0 has the following features: uniform redressal timeline of 21 calendar days, auto routing of complaints to the relevant entity, monitoring by designated bodies, two-stage review system, auto escalation if are missed, integration with KYC data for easier registration, complaint flow in simple words. Investor files complaint on scores. Complaint goes to the concerned entity automatically. The entity uploads an action taken report within the timeline. If the investor is not satisfied, the first review can be requested. If still unresolved, SEBI can take up to second review. So देखिए, ये पूरा स्कोर्स के ऊपर कंप्लेन ऑटोमेटिकली वर्क करता है। अब जो कंप्लेन स्कोर्स के थ्रू हैंडल नहीं होती है, some matter not handled through scores such as complaints against unlisted or delisted companies, matters already pending before court or tribunal, matters under another regulatory jurisdiction, anonymous complaints, expect white whistleblower complaints, incomplete or vigorous complaints, matters not related to सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट। तो ये स्कोर्स हैंडल नहीं करता, बट हाँ उसके लिए भी अलग बॉडीज है जो जुडिशरी के अंडर में आती है, तो वहाँ पे वो कंप्लेंट्स हैंडल होती है। सिंपल एग्जांपल के लिए अगर हम बात करें, इफ़ अ इन्वेस्टर इज अनहैप्पी विद अनलिस्टेड कंपनीज रिस्पॉन्स रिगार्डिंग अ सर्विस रिक्वेस्ट, द इन्वेस्टर कैन फर्स्ट कंप्लेंट टू द company. If unsatisfied, the investor can move the complaint to scores for formal redressal. Online dispute resolution. SEBI has also introduced online dispute resolution through Smart ODR. This system is designed for faster settlement of dispute through online conciliation and online arbitration. Smart ODR is useful when the complaint is not fully resolved through normal grievance channels. It gives investor and market participants a formal digital platform for dispute handling. What is ODR? ODR means online dispute resolution. It uses electronic system for filing disputes, conciliation, arbitration, tracking the progress of the case. Who can use it? ODR can be used for dispute between investor and listed companies, specified intermediaries, registered market entities covered under SEBI framework. So, ODR के process क्या है? Investor first approaches a market participant for redressal. If unresolved, the investor may go to the scores or directly to ODR as a permitted under the framework. The matter is reviewed on the ODR portal. If no amicable solution is found, the dispute move to conciliation. If conciliation fails, the dispute may move to arbitration. So अब conciliation is क्या है? Conciliation is an attempt to settle the dispute amicably. A conciliator helps both sides reach a mutual agreement. It is less formal than arbitration and is meant to save the time and cost. Arbitration क्या है? Arbitration is quasi-judicial process. If conciliations fail, the dispute can be decided by an arbitrator or an arbitral tribunal. The decision called an award is binding subject to the legal remedies available under law. So, time focus in ODR. ODR is designated to work within the strict timelines so that disputes do not stay pending for too long. The process is meant to be faster than traditional court litigation and more user friendly for investors. सो ओडीआर के थ्रू ये रिजोल्यूशन होता है, तो ये स्पीड में हो जाए इसके लिए पूरा ट्राई किया जाता है. एग्जांपल, इफ इन्वेस्टर क्लेम्स दैट ब्रोकर डिड नॉट एक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू instructions and complaint remains unresolved after ordinary escalation, the investor may use ODR to seek conciliation. If no settlement is reached, the dispute can move to arbitration. Investor Protection Fund. The Investor Protection Fund or IPF is fund maintained by stock exchanges to protect the legitimate claims of investors, especially when the trading member defaults or is expelled. It is meant to support genuine claims that are not speculative in nature. Purpose of IPF: to protect investors from losses caused by defaulting members, support legitimate claims, increase confidence in the securities market. What IPF covers: IPF is generally used for legitimate investment claims of clients of defaulting trading members. It is not meant for speculative disputes or claims that are otherwise not eligible under the action rules. Contribution to IPF: exchanges contribute to IPF from different sources such as part of listing fees, interest income, penalties, and other permitted contributions as specified by SEBI and exchange policy. How claims are handled: trading members is declared default at the exchange announce the default, public notice is issued. Investors are informed and invited to lodge claims within the specified time period. Claims are examined and proceed. Eligible claims may paid from the IPF. Why IPF is important? The IPF helps protect investor when broker fails. It acts as a safety net and shows that the market system cares about investor trust and fairness. इसका एक सिंपल एग्जांपल है, इफ अ ब्रोकर डिफॉल्ट्स एंड क्लाइंट हैज अ वैलिड क्लेम फॉर अनसेटल्ड ड्यूज, द क्लेम मे बी examined under exchange default process. If eligible composition can be paid from the IPF subject to the rules. Arbitration process क्या है? Arbitration is one of the main dispute resolution method in the securities market. It is used when two parties cannot settle their dispute by direct discussion or conciliation. Why arbitration is used: faster than a court case, less formal than court proceedings, specialized for securities market disputes, binding subject to legal remedies. अब इसको कंडक्ट कौन करता है? आर्बिट्रेशन इज यूजुअली कंडक्टेड थ्रू अ स्टॉक एक्सचेंज और अनदर रिकॉग्नाइज्ड मार्केट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रूट अंडर एप्लीकेबल सेबी फ्रेमवर्क. द आर्बिट्रेटर हियर्स बोथ साइड्स and gives decision based on the fact and the documents. Basic stages: complaint or dispute is filed, conciliation is attempted. If conciliation fails, arbitration begins. The arbitrator hear the matter and award is issued. If needed, the party may challenge the award under the law. Importance of for investors. For investors, arbitration is important because it provides formal but practical forum to resolve market dispute without going through a long court process. Flow of redressal. A simple way to remember that complaint path is: first, contact the broker or market participant. If unresolved, raise it through exchange, depository, or scores. If still unresolved, use ODR. If settlement is not possible, arbitration may follow. If broker defaults, IPF may protect eligible claims. This flow shows that the system gives multiple chances to resolve issue in an organized manner. So, ये कुछ क्विक रिवीजन नोट्स है. आप पढ़ लीजिएगा। सो ये था चैप्टर 7। तो अब एक ही चैप्टर बाकी रहा है। इसके बाद मैं आपको और भी एनआईएसएम के मॉड्यूल्स बताता रहूँगा। तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा। थैंक यू।